Hey guys, this is Bria. Welcome to our channel, Validated Voices, and this is our review for Love After Lockup, Season 2, Episode 24. So, the first couple that we're introduced to is Cheryl and Josh. Now, Cheryl describes herself as someone who has big goals, wants more than the average person, and people think she's crazy, but she's gonna accomplish them. Cut to E24 shady shot of her beat up car. I'm gonna say beat up, but it has plastic over the windows and it looks like she's been in more than one fender bender. On the way to go pick up her. And even when she goes to pick up her sister, her first comment is how, ew, it's so dirty. You need to vacuum it out. It's disgusting. So apparently, Cheryl was doing research for school or a personal hobby on serial killers, and on her search through Google Images, somehow found Josh, who robbed a bank. And then she just thought he was perfect from his photo, and then she wrote him, she found out his address, wrote him, and then they've been in love ever since. And as they're driving in the car, she's telling her, she's asking her sister, or her sister's asking her, what is it about Josh? Why are you so in love with this guy? And then she's saying, you're not gonna find someone who treats me better than him. And he's sweet, and he's, a good person, and everybody's making a big deal out of nothing because he's robbed a bank. You heard that right. And so this is just like, so you don't think that he's gonna rob you or steal from you? And she's like, no, he doesn't steal from people he loves. He steals from drug dealers in the community. Okay, sure. Whatever. So apparently Josh robbed a bank, and Cheryl thinks it's funny that when he went to rob the bank, he wore a blonde wig. And so the teller described him as a tall, overweight blonde woman. Anyway, they go to the bakery, and the sister's asking her questions, of course, and the sister's asking her, well, how much money have you sent him? And then we should have known that it was some bullshit, because Cheryl goes, this week? And the sister's like, no, like since the entire time that you guys have been together. And so she ends up telling her how she sent him $30,000. And the sister's like, you could have spent that on a house. And then Cheryl says, no, I'm investing in my future. He's more important than a house. I'm taking care of him, so then when he gets out, he's gonna take care of us. Okay. Or he can take the $30,000 and run, but Baby, Josh don't need to rob no more banks. You gave him a nice little cushion right there to start off with, because what the hell he need with $30,000 behind bars? But okay. So, the sister looks her dead in the face and goes, you're stupid. Yes, Cheryl, sister, she is. Thank you for saying what we were all thinking. And so Cheryl still is defending him and saying how he's so sweet and telling her sister, you ain't no better than him. Okay. And so she said that she makes $1,200 a week as an intervention assistant, and that is plenty to take care of her 3 children, and send Josh his share. Even though at one point she did say that she had to pick up a second job cleaning houses so he could get his share. Yep, your sister was right, Cheryl. Very right. The second couple that we're introduced to is Vincent and Amber. And so Vincent is Mexican and Italian. And then he does this Fonzie like, I don't know what him being Mexican and Italian had to do with the Fonz, but maybe somebody can tell me, because I don't know. But we see Vincent working out, getting all in intense, blood flowing. And he goes on to tell us that, he can't tell us what he does, but he does specialist work. My theory, places are a lot different once Vincent has shown up. People who existed probably no longer do. once Vincent is gone. But, you know, he said he can't tell us. You know, but Amber does end up telling us that he's in the military, so, you know, do what you will. Very NCIS if you ask me. Vincent considers himself extreme. I'm not gonna lie. Vincent gives me a creepy vibe. Now, I'm not quite sure if it's I didn't have friends as a kid and I didn't learn how to interact with other human beings until I was 30, or as a kid I heard small animals. I'm gonna be gentle though, and I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, but you know, those are my two options. But definitely give you a vibe. Definitely. And so, okay, Vincent sent 10 letters, people, 10 letters out to random inmates, just hoping that one of them, you know, might respond. And apparently Amber responded with positive energy, and that's what drew him, and he fell in love with her. And they have been together for 22 months. And so as we're watching Vince, you know, work out, then he gets a call from Amber, who lets him know she's getting out in 48 hours, so 2 days. And they're both excited, and they can't wait to meet each other. And then Vincent goes home to his mom. No shade there, just where he went. And he goes to tell her that, you know, Amber's getting out, and I want to go down to Georgia to, you know, go get her. And, you know, she goes to ask, you know, where's she staying? And then he tells her that apparently Amber has a prison wife named Puppy. And it's very clear that Vince doesn't understand, maybe, or hasn't heard of what a prison wife is or entails. But he thinks that they were just so close and they care about each other so much that they just come up with the cute little nickname, which was prison, which is wife, you know, for each other. Okay. Point being, Amber is going to stay with Puppy's mom. And his mom was like, oh, where's her family? And then he goes on to tell her that Amber's mom was arrested with her for also drug trafficking. Oh yes, we found out that Amber is in jail for drug trafficking meth. But her mother was caught with her, and she is currently still incarcerated. So that is why she will be staying with Puppy's mom, who is set to get out in a few months as well, hopefully. So that should be fun later in the season. And I love Vince's mom. She seemed to be very sweet and understanding. She did seem very worried, but she was trying to take it all in and digest it. You know, she said she can't control her 30-year-old son, but she did ask if she could go. And Vince said no. He was like, you want to go? So Sandy doesn't go. And then the way Sandy was, you know, kind of like worried, I don't know if she was worried for Vince going to meet the meth drug trafficker or Amber to meeting her son. I'm a little worried about Amber, because Amber seemed pretty normal, honestly. So now, the next couple we are introduced to is Andrea and Lamondre. And I think they might be my new favorite. I don't know if, so apparently Andrea is another person with, another woman in the series, in this season, who has 3 kids. Everybody has 3 kids, apparently. 2 daughters and a son who, if I remember correctly, his name is Otis. And that just made me giggle, because that makes me think about the Temptations movie. When it comes to you, Otis. But Andrea has a, I think, Instagram boutique called iClass Sunwear, and apparently, you know, she does her own photo shoots and she sells sunglasses. She says it's the best career she could have picked for herself. And so Andrea has been dating for 2 years and apparently is engaged to Lamondre. He was a kingpin, drug kingpin, in the Daytona, Florida area. And Lamondre says that he's been in jail for 16 years, and when he was out here making about $300,000 a day. Hey, do what you will. And apparently, how they met is, she knew his cousin, and he reached out. He was asking his cousin about her. I'm sure probably from, the jailhouse phone. Sometimes they get to go on Instagram and whatnot. So he's probably on his cousin's page, seen Andrea and was like, hey, cuz, who's that? And because the cousin knew her, I went ahead and gave her address over to Lamondre, who wrote her. And according to her, the next thing she knew, she was going to visit him. They were in love, and she was engaged because he didn't ask to marry. He told her, you're going to marry me. That's women. We like a bad boy. We like a thug. So Andrea has been keeping the secret of course, of her and Lamondre, and so she's chosen tonight to invite out her 6 sisters to go to dinner and confess and let them know about Lamondre, hoping that she can get them on her side and then they can help her tell her mom. So we watch her get ready, and she was snatched. I don't got nothing to say. Yeah, her mom comes to watch her son, and then she goes off to meet her sisters for dinner. And as she's waiting for them, she speaks to Lamondre on the phone. And baby, Lamondre really got, he ain't got no worries when he get out on his little money, baby. He said, I think our first place gonna be Jamaica. I wanna go to Jamaica, Lamondre. Never mind. But, yeah, so we cut to Lamondre telling us how Andrea is apparently high maintenance. She likes the Louis Vuitton and the Gucci. And over the past 2 years that they've been together, he's sent about $18,000. This is probably the first time in Love After Lockup history. I don't know if you guys have seen, season 1 and then the first half of season 2, but this is like the first time ever that the prisoner is taking care of the civilian. And I don't know if you heard in the first video, but my dude work at Walmart, so I ain't got nothing to say about her having a dude in jail that can send her $18K. Nothing. So, and then Andrea says how he takes care of her whole household. So, she good. And then he says how he feels like they could be bigger than Jay-Z and Beyonce. Because, it's every hood couple's dream to be J and B, so you can't be mad at that. And then the sisters come and they all sit down, and we cut over to the next couple, which is Lacey and John. And so Lacey's segment starts out with her saying, everyone has secrets. Some people are just better at hiding them than others. So giving us some foreshadowing into Lacey's bullshit. And I did love how Lacey did describe her occupation. She is a cam model. And she gets to model in the privacy of her own home for whoever she wants. Make that money, girl. Don't let it make you. Little Players Club for y'all. But Lacey says that being a cam model affords her the life to take care of her 3 children and her household and live a good life. So, again, I don't have nothing to say. These people making more money than me, obviously, so nothing to say at all. But also pays for all that plastic surgery that Lacey didn't have. But again, her body, her choice. No comment. But Lacey also, again, following the trend, has 3 children. And apparently her story goes, she started dating one guy, I believe she said his name was Wesley, and then he got locked up. And then she met her husband, and then they got married and had 3 beautiful children. and then he got locked up. And then in the middle of divorcing him, she met John. They started dating, and then of course, he got locked up. And you know, I don't know if this says more about Lacey or about the men that she chooses to date. Because on one hand, I'm like, do you just like unsuccessful criminals? But then on the other hand, I'm like, Lacey, is you snitching, boo? I'm just saying, everybody you with go to jail. I don't know if all these men went for the same thing, but Lacey might be the feds. I don't know, y'all. Or she might really, she says she's really into cons, so she might just also really have fetishizing and sending them back for that. But you know, let me stop there. I'm giving them too much credit. Lacey is just like dumb criminals. So. But anyway, so of course Lacey goes to sit down with her dad, and she tells her dad how John is about to get out, and that she's found the ring that he gave her, the engagement ring. And so dad asks her, you know, you're not still planning on getting married to this guy, are you? And she's like, yeah, I think that he deserves a second chance, and so we're getting married. So the dad's like, well, we don't want that around the kids. And she's like, well, I don't know what you're gonna do. He's gonna parole here. He's gonna be living in this house. And then, of course, WeTV lets a siren play in the background. The dad's like, well, you hear that? Do you want to hear that every day? Sure. Let me just say, I love the family and the friends on this season. Like, they have been giving me the entertainment and all the good one-liners, baby. They have been not giving these people no slack and letting them have it. But, then Lacey's daddy, baby, he goes on to make a comment on how Lacey, since she was an adolescent, has this long resume of bad men that you just wouldn't want to bring home to your dad. First of all, I would have cussed my daddy out. Okay, daddy, you ain't got to say all of that. You ain't got to do all of that for these people. Okay, I already told these people my history. Okay, when I told them my history, you making it sound like it's more than what I said. So now you got to stop, because these people don't even know how many men talking about a long history. Daddy, when you smoke cigarettes in my house, you better... Baby, I'd have cussed daddy out. Don't be telling my goddamn business out here, daddy. I tell these people what I want to tell their ass. They ain't cut you a check, they cut me a check. You ain't saying about you. But anyway, she says, you're pissing me off, and she walks off into the room and goes to cry, and he's like, you know, you just need to grow up, Lacey, and think about your kids. And she's, what do you mean think about my kids? All I do is think about my kids. Are you kidding me? And then he's like, well, fine then, go ahead and marry him. We'll just all walk down the aisle together in handcuffs and go to probation every week as a family. Daddy just was saying all the unnecessary shit. Like, we get it. Damn, I love it, but we get it. And so Lacey goes outside the crowd on the damn porch talking about her daddy should want to love her and be with her. Should want to love whoever she with because she his only kid. Girl. So he's supposed to let you be stupid. Goodbye. We cut back to Cheryl. And Cheryl's telling us how she's obsessed with serial killers. You know, of course. And she's telling her friend Jason all about it and how she doesn't tell people because they'll look at her crazy, but she's super into them. But, you know, you can't date one of them because they go to jail forever. But, you know, Josh just robbed a bank, so he's getting out in a couple of years. So, it's all good. Well, a couple months, so it's all good. Cheryl's friend Jason, who was the clown for her baby's birthday party, he had me cracking up, too, because he said, I just don't get it. She wants a bank robber, and then an unsuccessful bank robber at that? It's clear the choices aren't too bright. But I hope y'all see this, and I hope y'all is turning around to y'all family and y'all friends like, really? You had to do that in front of that camera with these people? To me, I already look crazy on here. You gonna add to it? I'm telling you, I'll be cussing everybody out. So Cheryl goes to tell her mom and her dad at the party. If I was her baby, I would just be upset that you ruining my goddamn birthday party with your shenanigans. But she goes to, and she's in the middle of the party telling her mom and dad how Josh is about to get out and she wants to be with him, and she's going to go to Colorado to be with him while he's on probation and get things ready for him until he can, I guess, come back to Texas and be with her and the kids. And then the dad is like, no, I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like him. I'm not going to do it. I'm never going to like him. And the mom's just like, nope, we don't like him. And Cheryl's just like, well, I love him and I want to be with him, so I don't know what y'all going to do. And I'm going. And then the daddy says, what you going to do with the babies? And Cheryl said, well, I thought you're going to watch them. And they're like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep, why you gotta make dumb decisions. I'm not. And Cheryl's like, my daddy gonna watch these kids. And he does. He goes on to watch them. So, but she says how she wants to marry him as soon as he gets out. And they're begging her not to do it. They say wait 9 months to a year because he's gonna change. And she's like, nope, can't do it. Don't want to wait. Ain't about it. Nope, want to marry him. And then she goes on to tell us how she has this dream of a big wedding on a farm next to a big red barn with male and female longhorns. And listening to Cheryl, the way she talks, she just makes me feel like she joined Oprah's book club. She read on manifestation, and she said, if I think it and I believe it, it's gonna happen. And I ain't really mad at her. I'm just like, I need that kind of belief in myself, because baby, I doubt myself for everything. So I need whatever book Cheryl is reading, baby. I needs to see it. I needs to borrow it, Cheryl. Because you and your connection to your manifestation, your mental and emotional, baby, you was just like, it's gonna happen. Without any tools, without any resources, it's gonna happen because I want it. And so Cheryl's dad goes on to say that he's not down for this at all. No way, no how. He ain't gonna be there. He ain't walking her down no aisle. And honestly, Cheryl didn't seem like she was that hurt about it. She just kind of seemed like, okay, well, that's what I gotta do then. So, and the final couple that we were introduced to this episode, which is not the final couple for the season, but for this episode, was Angela and Tony. Now, Angela and Tony are technically from the first season, but I think Tony never got out of jail, so they had to push them back a season and a half. So, but I think Angela is 47, and then minus 13, and then you got Tony. I don't remember what Tony got locked up for, but whatever. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm not that interested in Angela and Tony. One, because again, they stretched this out for us with them so long and so far. And then also, I'm just not that interested in Angela and Tony. I'm sorry. I really feel like Tony's scamming Angela, and I mean, she know it too. She's just okay. I think she's told herself that if that's what happens, that's what happens, but she's gonna give it her all. And I'm, hey, love is love. But of course, Angela sends him money. Apparently she's sent him like $6,000 to $8,000, and I think like the 2 to 3 years that they've been talking. Again, don't know what these people need this much money for, but I ain't never been to jail or prison, so don't know. But this time we did get a little snippet of Tony, actually a little interview with him saying that he actually does love Angela. He cares about her. He's asked to marry her. He considers himself a cougar hunter, meaning he scams old bitches for money, but okay. And Angela is robbing the cradle, but they joke about it. And here's what got me and was like, oh, you scamming for real? Because he said he loves her because of the way she loved him. And for anybody out there in YouTube land watching this, please understand that if somebody ever tells you that in the first little part of what they love about you is that how you love them. You love them more than they love you, and you might need to reevaluate where you stand in the situation, because that's literally like the second thing that came out of his mouth. And I'm just like, see, that means you love what I do for you. That means you love how I treat you as opposed to how other people have treated you. But that don't necessarily say you love me. That says you love how I love you and what I do for you with that love. Angela's friend Brenda comes over, and they both sound like they smoke a pack a day. The entire 47 years that Angela has been on this earth. But whatever. I digress. They seem like very lovely women. Brenda definitely seemed like she was a hoot. I'm not gonna lie. And Brenda comes over, you know, to support her friend and big her up, and she's telling her how she has to pick Tony up from, you know, the prison, and he has to be back at the halfway house by like 7:30. Tony gives him a few hours. He wants a steak dinner. It's been 4 years since he had steak, and he wants some sex, because it's also been 4 years since then too. And so, you know, she's like, I'm just so worried about it. You know, this will be the first time we've ever been able to be physically, you know, together and intimate. I guess they only get like a hug and a quick kiss on visiting days or whatever. And so, you know, Brenda's laughing and making jokes about having sex in the truck stop bathroom or shower. We seen the trailer, that ain't happening, but okay. And you know, then she also wants to tell her that she's worried about her and that she just doesn't want her to be scammed and to be tricked and used. And you know, and she's like, what would he be using me for? And she's like, as a sugar mama or for sex or whatever he can get out of you. Because apparently Brenda has been to prison and she knows all about it because she did it. She scammed and tricked whoever she could for whatever she could to survive. So she know, and she want to put her friend up on game. And then Angela just goes on to say that how they've talked about everything. They know what's going on. He wants a job. He's ready to get married. I'm not worried about that. You probably should, Angela, but been holding on this longer. Hold on. And our final scene goes back to Lamondre, who's then telling us how he was the man in his city, and he's smiling, he has a glint in his eye, letting us know he's still tempted to go back to that life, you know, to have all that money, that power. He was processing so much cocaine at one point, it was eating up his hands, so his hands were just ate up from the drugs, baby. That's just how much he was doing. You feel me? Just flipping them birds, making that money. Which, honestly, I feel like looking at him and the way he was smiling, and I said that little twinkle in his eye. I don't know, Andre. He talking about stability and family, but baby, Lamondre really seemed like when he hit them city streets, baby, it's gonna be an extra bird or two out in them bitches too. Yes, because he ended up saying that he is, while people was addicted to the drugs he was selling, he was addicted to selling the drugs, but he was addicted to the lifestyle and the power and the money. I'm telling you, baby, flipping the birds. So Andrea ends up telling her sisters about Lamondre. Of course, they're not happy, they're upset. And honestly, I feel like a lot of the families on this show is like perfect. Like, I really feel like they're pretending to be like these type of families that wouldn't deal with people in behind bars, but baby, going back to Cheryl, when she was telling her daddy, her mama and daddy look like they ain't no strangers to at least jail. Okay, maybe not prison, but baby, y'all look like y'all done spent plenty of night in the county. Okay? For drunken disorderlies, drugs, something. And I ain't trying to judge nobody, because My family tree is full of them. That's how I know to look. That's how I know what to look for. That's how I know that y'all don't look like y'all no strangers to be in nobody's courthouse and nobody's jail cell. But okay. Maybe y'all, a couple drunken disorderlies is different from robbing the bank. So maybe that's why y'all feel that way. So that's fair. But the way that Andrea's sisters were reacting, like they were just so shocked and appalled, and this was just so outrageous. And looking at them and y'all bad hairdos, baby, y'all can't tell me not name one of y'all, at least one of y'all, ain't got a baby daddy that sell drugs now. Come on. One of y'all, at least one of y'all baby daddy then been to jail. Stop playing with us. We see y'all. But they, of course, they just so upset. They just, well, how could this happen? How could you do this? He's unpredictable. He's dangerous. He's a drug dealer. Woo-de-woo-de-woo. Mind you, we found out that Andrea got like 30 mugshots herself. So that's how I know you. That's how we know y'all playing. I knew y'all was playing but anyway, they pretending like they so upset and shocked and appalled. Because the storm has come, they gotta go into the building and go to the inside bar. And then as soon as they get to the inside bar, who pops in? Boom, Mama. And Mama is pissed. And Andrea said we was all thinking, what the hell her son? Mama just left the son. I mean, I'm sure they probably got a neighbor, auntie, a cousin, or some little friend that the baby could have stayed with. But I'm just saying, we just dropped the baby off and we hightailed it straight on. Like, here, baby, stay here. Grandma got to go cuss everybody out at the dinner. But Grandma shows up, Mama shows up, she's upset. She's like, what are you doing here? Yeah, your sister called me and told me about your inmate boyfriend. And then she like, what? Peaches. Apparently her name Peaches. I did it. Yup, she need to know. Mama need to know. You ain't want to tell her. She need to know. Why would you do that? Why would you tell her? I wanted to tell her. And Mama pissed. She like, it would have been different if I would have told you. Mama said, yeah, but that ain't how it happened, and I'm still pissed. So the hell is you doing? And she, I just can't believe this right now. And Mama like, do you think he gonna change? What is wrong with you? Why would you do this? And she's just like, he did change. He is gonna change. And also, she said some bull to her sisters talking about if he veer left, she gonna leave. Andrea, you got $18,000 from a prisoner behind bars. I'm sure he's in federal prison. Still sitting there with golds in his mouth. Talking about he was a drug kingpin. And he done sent you $18,000 behind bars. And you talking about if he veer left, you gonna leave. Girl, where you think that money came from? If it's old drug money, new current drug money, girl, still drug money. Everybody's still liable to go to jail. Girl, stop playing with us. Anyway, Mama is upset. She trying to deflect, telling me she just can't believe the sister told, and oh my God, and you're disloyal. So she gets upset, and she gets in her car and go. Okay, she pulls off. She talks about how y'all disloyal, and she just can't believe y'all, and y'all supposed to be her family, and she love y'all, but y'all just did her wrong. We finally get to Vince going to see Amber. He gets on a plane, goes to Georgia, gets in the rental car, drives to go see her, waiting. She comes out, they hug. It did look a little flat. They both did admit that it was kind of awkward, that they don't really know each other, so they have to get comfortable, and it's a little weird. Again, Amber mentions how it's weird that Vince is in the military and she's a criminal, but, you know, they're in love and they plan to get married. And so Vince even makes a comment about how there's no chemistry. I'm like, that's because she's a lesbian and she's waiting on puppy and she hasn't been with a man in who knows how long, but okay. And then Amber proceeds to tell us that she has been running away since she was a teen, and she's been out in the streets hustling, doing what she needed to do, taking care of herself. And that is what makes me feel like this ain't for Amber. outside of the fact that she's really in love with Puppy and a lesbian, the fact that she's just like, that was her intro about herself, that just kind of makes me feel like her and the lifestyle that Vince maybe will want for her aren't gonna mix. I feel like he's maybe gonna want her to be, you know, a more traditional female role and kind of more hands off when it comes to like finances or major decisions. And I feel like that's gonna be uncomfortable for her, and she's not gonna be able to take that well, and she is gonna like grab Puppy and hightail it out. But that's just my theory. You know, I could be wrong. She could work it out. They could be in love. But we move on to our final scene, which is Lacey in the car going to get a spray tan. And she is on the phone. Apparently, she's on the phone, and John calls her, and she's like, "Are you so excited to get out? I'm so excited to see you." And then he's like, "Yeah, you know, I'm excited to get out. Can't wait to see you either." And then she's like, "I'm gonna get a spray tan so I can look perfect for you." And then he's like, "Baby, you don't need to do that. You look perfect to me already." You know, very sweet. And she tells us how like it's hard being with a prisoner because he can't hug her and he can't lay up with her. All they can do is like get off the phone. But you said you like cons, Lacey. That's a part of being with a con. They be locked up, homegirl. What you mean? You knew that. You've done this umpteen times before. So pick a different type of man, girl. Anyway, girl. But she ends up getting off the phone with him. She goes into the spray tan place. She's going to the counter, and lady's like, "Oh, we're here for a spray tan?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then her phone rings, and she's like, "Oh, it's my man." And she's like, "Oh, is that who we're getting the spray tan for?" And she's like, yeah. And we're already like, huh? Lacey goes outside to take the phone call. It turns out, Lacey's big secret, dun 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 dun. She has a second inmate boyfriend named Shane. And she met Shane on a prisoner's pen pal website after she got into a big fight with John and I guess wanted revenge on him, and so she went and found Shane. Girl, all you did was add more to your phone bill, but alright. But now she has all these feelings for him, and she's confused, and she doesn't know what she wants to do. He's about to get out a few weeks before John, so she has to figure it out quick what she wants to do and who she wants to be with. She's lied to her family and told them that she's going on a modeling gig, and instead she's going to drive 7 hours to go meet Shane and see what it's all about, and then I guess decide if she wants to be with John or Shane. Lacey. Oh, and she says she's scared that if Shane finds out about John, that he won't want to meet her. Girl, who else he got putting money on his books and writing his ass and answering phone calls? Okay. Nobody, girl, you. Anyway, that was it. And that was my review of Love After Lockup, Season 2, Episode 24, Inmate or Soulmate. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you.